The Basin's real rock station. One of my favorite shows on television, watched this since it's debuted, is Finding Bigfoot. And one of the mainstays, Matt Moneymaker, he is my very special guest this afternoon. How the heck are you?
I'm very good.
New season. What a great run this show's so far ahead. That's phenomenal.
I know. We didn't know. I mean, that's the way my life's been for a long time. You know, we hope for the best, but you never know what's going to happen from year to year. But yeah, people have. We kind of expected that a lot of people would be interested in the show because we get so many reports, and we know that all those people and everybody they know is suddenly very interested in the subject. And there's really nothing else, at least nothing else kind of credible on TV about the subject, because the popularity of our show has spawned kind of a couple of knockoffs that are a little silly, a little trumped up, or even if they're trying to be serious, they're still kind of foolish. And yeah, that's because there's a lot of people out there who've seen them and who've been hearing about them from their grandparents for it's cross-generational.
Do you run into a lot of skeptics? Do you run into a lot of people that look at you like, what? Seriously?
Yeah, and that's what you have to expect. People, I think they assume that there's animals out there that be all sorts of great photos and dead ones to look at, and they expect all sorts of things about any kind of animal, not realizing these are different than other ones. They're first of all, they're very rare.
Right.
And they're very smart, so they're not going to get hit by a car crossing a road, and they live a long time. And you don't really find bones out in the woods. So when you're talking about something that there's probably 5,000 mountain lions for every one Bigfoot, and you never find bones of a mountain lion.
You're right. And there's the other thing I've always heard too is bears. You rarely find any bones or remains of a bear.
When they're going to die, it's not like they just die of an aneurysm and drop in the middle of a trail.
Right.
Animals, when they're dying, they'll tend to hide. And then it's very possible that these animals might actually bury their dead, because they certainly do a lot of digging. So you combine that with being smart, and they probably wouldn't, like early humans, didn't like the idea of allowing a loved one to just get pulled apart by other animals and eaten by bugs right in front of them. So, I think that's almost a thing you would expect from a higher primate.
Right. I like the take, because it's more, as opposed to this being some sort of being that people don't know, that whole association with primate in that lineage. And, I can certainly wrap my head around that. That's, and there are things that we discover new all the time. I'm a firm believer in all that. Unfortunately, as we were talking about, I'll probably never see one in Midland, Odessa, just because there's no habitat for them here.
Yeah, but I'd say probably the closest place to where you're at would probably be, if you're 3 hours out of El Paso, then you're probably only about 3.5 hours out of Ruidoso, New Mexico, in Sierra Blanca. There's definitely some up there. And the Mescalero Indian Reservation is one of the best places in the country if you're a Bigfoot researcher, because the Bigfoots will come right into those neighborhoods, look in the windows and stuff. And we've done expeditions there, and the tribal police will tell you all about it. And yeah, there's some there, and I think that's probably the closest area to where you're at.
Yeah, I'd have to travel. Now, hometown for me, Kansas City. I've been in, we went to travel into southern Missouri. I'd moved here from southern Missouri. There's a lot down there. And my personal experience was my grandparents used to own some acreage down near Warsaw, Missouri.
Oh, yeah. I've been through there.
Yeah, it's down near Truman Lake, down in that area. Very woody in that part of the world, in the Ozarks area. So they had a couple of trailers down there, no electricity, no running water, true camping experience. And it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And so no one was up. And there was, it certainly was not a coyote, there was certainly something standing above. This was my assumption. I didn't get up. Look, I was a kid, but you could hear it breathing in the trailer window, and it was a breath. Ooh. It was a human breath. You know what I mean? It was standing there, and it was breathing.
I got it was a bear doing that. It was a bear doing that. You would have known it because you would have heard its claws against the log and got up on its hind legs.
It stood there for a while, and it wasn't a heavy sort of pant. It was It was actual breath at the window. So my assumption is standing at the window looking in, and we know that they do that.
Oh, they absolutely do that. I bet it was. From where you were at and that kind of behavior at the middle of the night. Remember, you're talking about gun country, right?
Yeah.
But people don't walk up and stick their faces in people's trailers or tents and stuff.
This was out in the middle of nowhere, and it was just a place we would go every other weekend and go camping. So, it was set in the back, and if you didn't know it was there, people wouldn't know it was there, surrounded by the whole thing. We had a lake and a lot of trees. Well, I mean, it's the Ozarks. So, yeah, Very cool. Matt, it's been my pleasure finding Bigfoot every Sunday night, 7 o'clock, Animal Planet. Matt, thank you very much.
Thank you.